Hi students, today we are going to meet a new chapter in chemistry and it is synthetic fibers and plastics. So let's move on to the chapter. You know that the clothes you wear every day are made up of fabrics, and these fabrics are made up of thin filament like structures known as fibers. Today we are going to discuss about these fibers in detail. Basically, the fibers are classified into two. One is natural fiber and the other is synthetic fibers. What are natural fibers? They are naturally obtained from plants or animals. And some of the examples are cotton, jute, silk, wool, etc. Then, what are synthetic fibers? Yes, they are not naturally obtained, but they are man-made. The man-made fibers that are artificially prepared from chemical substances or natural sources other than plants or animals are known as synthetic fibers. And some of the examples are nylon, rayon, polyester, acrylic, etc. So, the fibers are basically classified into two. One is natural fiber and the other is synthetic fiber. The natural fibers are obtained from plants or animals, while the synthetic fibers are obtained from chemical substances or natural sources other than plants or animals. And now we are going to synthetic fibers in detail. The synthetic fiber is also a chain of small units joined together. I will make it more clearer to you. Just look here. You can see here a number of small single units of blocks, right? They can be joined together to form chains. As the number of blocks increases, you can form long chains. So this is how synthetic fibers are prepared. You will be having single units of molecules and they are known as monomers. The single units of molecules are known as monomers, and these single units of molecules can be joined together to form long chain of molecules, and these are known as polymers. The synthetic fibers are a kind of polymer. Okay. Now, what are polymers? Polymers are made up of many repeating units of monomers. Monomers are single units of molecules, and these molecules can be joined together to form long chain of molecules, and that is known as polymer. Okay. An example for a natural polymer is cellulose. Cellulose is obtained from plants, and the cellulose is a polymer that is obtained by joining the repeating units of molecules or monomers known as glucose. So in cellulose, the monomer is glucose, and the glucose repeatedly joins together to form long chain of molecule, and that polymer is known as cellulose. Let's move on to the word polymer. The polymer word is of Greek origin. Poly means many and mer means parts. So poly plus mer means many parts. That is, polymer is many parts joined together. Okay. Now we are moving on to the types of synthetic fibers. Basically, it is of four types. One is rayon, second is nylon, then third is polyester, and fourth is acrylic. So we have four types of synthetic fibers discussing in this chapter. One is rayon, nylon, then polyester and acrylic. Okay, the first synthetic fiber is rayon. Synthetic fiber itself means that it is a man-made fiber, and the rayon is also known as artificial silk. You know that the natural silk is made up of silkworms, right? But this rayon is artificial silk. That is, it is prepared by a man from artificial ways from some chemical substances. Okay. Then this rayon, that is this type of synthetic fiber, have properties similar to natural silk. That is, this artificial silk have properties similar to that of natural silk, and thus it is known as artificial silk. And you know that the natural silk that is obtained from silkworm are very much expensive, but the rayon, that is the artificial silk, are cheaper than natural silk. And how this rayon is prepared? We know that it is prepared from some chemical substance or some natural source other than plants or animals. Yes, the rayon is prepared from wood pulp. Okay, wood pulp. Then the rayon can be dyed to get fabrics of variety of colors. That is, we can form different colors of rayon by coloring it with different colors of dyes. Okay. Now, what are the applications of rayon? We can use rayon in cloths. Then this rayon can be mixed with cotton to make bed sheets. Then this rayon can be mixed with wools to make carpets. So these are the basic applications of rayon. So we have discussed the first synthetic fiber, rayon, here. Now we are moving on to our next synthetic fiber, nylon. We know that it is also a synthetic fiber, that is a man-made fiber. And you should keep one thing in mind, that it is the first fully synthetic fiber. That is, it is the first fully synthetic fiber. That is, it is not made of any natural raw materials. Okay. And the nylon is prepared from coal, water and air. Nylon can be prepared from coal, water and air. And the properties of nylon are, it is strong, then it is elastic, and it is light weighted. That is, it is have low weight. Okay. Then nylon is lustrous. Lustrous means that nylon fiber is glowing. Then it is easy to wash. The nylon fabrics, the fabrics made of nylon fibers are easy to wash. All these are properties of nylon. The nylon threads are stronger than steel wire. Okay, so these are the properties of nylon. Now, the applications of nylon. Here are they. We can make clothes from nylon. Then curtains and socks can be made of nylons. Then we can use nylon to form ropes. You can see here a rope, and the nylon ropes can also used for rock climbing. Then nylon fibers can be used to form toothbrushes. Then it can also be used for making tents, car seat belts, parachutes, etc. So these are the applications of nylon. Now let's move on to our next synthetic fiber. Yes, it is polyester. So it is also a synthetic fiber, that is man-made fiber. It is made up of monomers called ester. That's why it is known as polyester. That is, esters repeatedly join to form a polymer known as polyester. Okay. Then they do not get wrinkled easily. That is one of its property. They does not get wrinkled easily. They remains crisp and they are also easy to wash. Okay, some of the examples of polyester are terylene, polycot, polywool, terrycot, etc. The polycot is nothing but it is a mixture of polyester and cotton. Then what will be polywool? Yes, that will be a mixture of polyester and wool. Now let's move on to its applications. Terylene. Terylene is a popular polyester that can be drawn into very thin fibers and can be used to weave like yarn. So terylene is a kind of polyester that can be drawn into very thin filaments like fibers and can be used to weave like yarn, and we can use them to form fabrics. Then another application of polyester is PET. PET, the full form is polyethylene terephthalate. It is a polymer of ethylene terephthalate. That is, ethylene terephthalate is a molecule and it is the monomer. So when these ethylene terephthalate, a number of ethylene terephthalates come and join together, it forms a polymer, and that is known as polyethylene terephthalate. And short form is PET. Okay. And the PET is usually used to make bottles, utensils, films, wires, etc. Okay. Then another type of synthetic fiber is acrylic. Acrylic is somewhat similar to wool. The natural wool is obtained from sheep, and we know that that is more expensive. But acrylic is a synthetic fiber, and it is made in laboratory conditions, and hence they are more cheaper than the natural wool obtained from animals. Okay. Then acrylic can also be available in variety of colors. That is, acrylic can be colored using dyes, and we can make it in different colors. And acrylic are more popular than natural fibers. They are more durable, that we can use it for a longer time, and they are affordable. That is, they are cheaper than natural wools. Now let's move on to its applications. We can make sweater, shawls, blankets out of this acrylic. Okay. I hope that you have understood today's topics. That is, what are fibers, two types of fibers, then what are the various types of synthetic fibers. Thank you.